Hey guys, I'm Emily. I'm here with Cory Paulson in Prime Man Press, and he's going to be one of our keynote speakers for the Idaho Business Summit 2022. Tell me about yourself.
I am Cory Paulson. My wife and I started Prime Man back in 2017, and I get to serve and lead and be a part of the vision here at Prime Man. So when we were like 19 years old, and we weren't even dating or anything actually at the time, if my memory serves correctly, we were actually at Java in Twin, and we were just hanging out. Yeah, and we were talking, and one of the things people say to an art major is, what are you gonna do with an art degree? Yeah. And we were chatting about that, and I remember her feeling like, you know, how do you answer that question? But she's pretty sweet, so she would always say, well, art is what I feel called to do. And so I love that answer, but just as we were chatting and dreaming about stuff, I kind of pitched an idea to her, and I was like, you know, what if you drew some cool t-shirts and had some outdoorsy shop, and if you did anything like that, I would buy one of your t-shirts, because she was so good already. And so we were just buddies and having coffee, and I wanted to encourage her. And so it felt to me like a lot of things in life are not known, but they kind of start somewhere. And so there was a little bit of faith happening right there, because we didn't know, and we, like I said, we weren't even dating yet. Yeah. But we were really good friends, and I cared about her and tried to encourage her, and now it's kind of funny to see this. When we got out of college, Kenja and I actually moved to Alaska for a while, which was an awesome season. We loved it. Yeah, it was so cool. And after a couple of years of working up there, we really just felt like Idaho was still home. And so when we came back, we really felt like we got that back.
As you were starting up Prime Man in 2017, from your garage,
yeah.
At what point was there like a win that happened where you were like, all right, we're doing this?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a lot of wins along the way. I guess for me, I would say the win was probably like, this sounds funny in my head right now, but it's like trying to try, if that makes sense. Because I think we'd talked about it for a while, and then it was like, okay, we're gonna try. So it's not that I had it like figured out by any means, but we were at a spot where we felt maybe like enough faith and confidence to just go for it a little bit and send it there. So we did, and it's been awesome. We hired a friend of ours who needed a little bit of work, and then another friend needed some work, and then it kind of, for us, it was like, hey, do you guys know of anybody who could help us with these events? And then it was kind of like, oh, do you know anybody who wants to work at an actual shop if we did a retail store?
Oh, wow.
We kind of word of mouth just found people who we thought we could encourage, but also would encourage us, and then that we would want to work together, because we want it to be a little bit of a family in here.
Yeah, and it matters about like the culture you cultivate amongst them and how they add to it. That's awesome. Yeah, finding people you can pour into, but also like they pour into you. Being part owner in Prime Man Press, do you find yourself ever falling into complacency, or how would you combat complacency?
I mean, do I ever find myself? There's definitely, I think, moments for all of us in that stuff. Part of the way I combat it is probably with simple things. For example, like if I can kind of have a rhythm of flourishing, and I've like backed up and looked at some things in my own life that matter to me, and some of them are so little. Like, it's kind of funny. I almost feel funny sharing about like, like every morning, I love having a cup of coffee and just like having quiet time and just hanging for a minute. And so those things, when we get busy in the shop, or when life is stressful and lots of craziness is going on, those are the first things I think that fall away from me. And so I, maybe even just more recently, probably like a year ago, I really made that like a key piece of my day. Like every day I make sure, like, get your butt out of bed and go have some coffee and hang for a minute before work. Just trying to do things that are fun and exciting with it too. Like, I probably am bad at this on some level, because I don't want to keep printing the same shirt. I was like, let's do something new. Let's do something new. So every week I'm like, hey, here's a new item. And I just like going nuts sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's good. And then that's one of the coolest things about us making everything in-house, because we can pace it differently rather than just like standing behind a counter hoping somebody walks in. We're always creating. And that's part of who I love being creative, and I can't draw at all. And so it's good for me to be in this because I love creativity and vision, but like maybe I wouldn't have been like an art major ever. But yeah, so I get to be a piece of it that way, and it keeps it exciting.
The theme of the Idaho Business Summit this year is immovable culture. How would you define an immovable culture?
I guess as I've pondered that question, I know there's probably different places to look at this from, and just different ideas behind it. So I don't know if there's one perfect answer by any means, but for me, I think culture is one of those things that's a little bit fluid and it's ongoing. And so part of it is like stay the course and continue working on things. So as there's ebb and flow and natural drift away from our goals at times in life, it's like, how do we continuously like work towards that goal and work towards it? And like Prime Man, some of our culture pieces are like, we talk a lot about who we are as much as what we do. And so if we can make it more about who we are, I feel like our team can be, oh no, this is who we are. Yes, we did that, or we fell a little bit away in it here, but who we truly are is like our first core value is kindness.
What is the best piece of advice you've been given? Personal, work, any just piece of advice? I
try not to live in fear of what could happen in the negative, but I try and walk by faith of like, no, I'm gonna do what I'm called to do and let it all play out how it does. And I'll do it to the best of my ability and our team's ability. And so that's probably my answer is like, don't live in fear in all of it, but to walk in faith in all of it. So
yeah, we weren't made to live in fear.
Exactly.
So how have you created a positive culture within your customer base?
One thing we really want is to care about our customers and care about people. I think it's easy to get closed off in our little boxes in life, especially with with a pandemic going on in the world. I try to like encourage people, and I think that kindness is contagious for all of us. We've gone through a lot as a crew in the last year. And so I try to be honest and deal with real things, but also at the same time we try and like lift people and be a light to people and encourage people, and all those things really matter to us. And so hopefully part of what you're talking about is that some of that's a little bit contagious, and maybe we really are like, maybe Prime Man can be something that helps somebody else's day go better today. Like what a simple thing, but it also I think is huge for us as humans to do for each other, and just be like, it's good to see you today.
Yeah.
And see she smiled. So that just proves my point a little bit. It's like we're both laughing now, but if I was like, it sucks to see you today. It's like, it's like that's almost the culture, the way like that's almost the way the world works though. Like we almost, I don't know, we get so stuck in that. I just don't want to be in that. I want people to feel like valued by us.
Yeah.
And so hopefully we can keep people like feeling joy and smiling. Everybody, I'm Cory Paulson over at Prime Man. I'm so excited to be speaking at the Idaho Business Summit in May of 2022. We would love to see you there. And so go get your tickets. See ya.